Restored World War II-era B-25 Mitchell bombers roared over the grounds of the National Museum of the United States Air Force as thousands gathered to remember the Doolittle Raiders. On April 18, 1942, 80 men led by United States Army Air Corps Lieutenant Colonel James H. Jimmy Doolittle launched 16 B-25B Mitchell bombers from the Navy aircraft carrier USS Hornet. Their mission? Strike at the heart of Japan, boosting American morale after the attack on Pearl Harbor, and showing the Japanese their homeland was not invulnerable to attack. The Doolittle Raiders successfully bombed military and industrial targets in Tokyo and several other Japanese cities. The bombers couldn't return to Hornet and headed toward friendly parts of China, but low fuel and weather caused most of the crews to bail out or crash land. 69 of the original 80 airmen survived the mission and evaded enemy capture. While the physical damage the Raiders inflicted upon the enemy was less than crippling, it did force the Japanese to reposition their forces to protect their homeland. Perhaps more importantly, the Raiders gave the American people a much-needed morale boost. 75 years later, the efforts of Doolittle's Raiders were once again remembered in a ceremony marked by an outpouring of support.
We're here to give thanks to these airmen and their insistence that the American way of life was then and is still today worth preserving and, if need be, dying for.
Amongst the many honored guests in attendance was 101-year-old retired Lieutenant Colonel Richard E. Cole. He is the last surviving Raider. Cole was Doolittle's co-pilot during the attack on Japan. The son of Cole's fellow Raider, whose father passed away in 2016, spoke of the ceremony's meaning.
And we remember that our freedom has been earned by the blood and sacrifice of the Doolittle Raiders, and by so many others before them and so many since.
As B-1 bombers thundered overhead, the legacy of Doolittle's Raiders was passed on to generation after generation to carry on in their hearts and in their endeavors. Reporting from the National Museum of the United States Air Force for 88th Air Base Wing Public Affairs, I'm John Harrington.